Hello and welcome to Craft with Sarah. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute little fun fold card. So you can see when it opens up it's got a lovely over the edge design and it opens up to show all of this detail on the inside. So it's really cute how it looks and it's something a little bit different that your recipient won't have seen before. It's also a lovely way of showing off your double-sided papers. So for this, I used a double-sided design for the actual card. It's got this wave pattern on the front and the back, but when you open it, it's all stripy. So let's jump ahead and find out how to make this fun fold card. If you head on to my website, craftwithsarah.com, following the link in the description of this video, you'll be able to download the template to make this fun fold card. I have a PDF download which you can get for free, which you can then print out and cut out all the different parts of the design. If you prefer to make it yourself from scratch, all of the measurements in inches are included so you can create it yourself. If you have a Cricut cutting machine, I've included a Design Space project which you can open up directly in Cricut Design Space to have all the designs ready for you to cut out with your Cricut, and this is a huge time saver. I've already cut out all the different parts of the design, so here they are. So all we've got to do is assemble them. The main card blank measures 6 by 6 inches, and you can open it up. You can see you've just got this little flap at the front, and that's how the card will open. I've then got all the different pieces here, and for each of the rectangles you have a larger version and a smaller version, which lets you cut out from different colours of paper to create more of a intricate and patterned design on the card. And then you've got the square here. So the reason I cut one of the rectangles out in white is this is the bit you write on. So if I bring this card back in and open it up, you can see the bottom bit's in white, and this is where I would write your message. You could write the message on the back if you prefer, but I quite like that it's there when you open up the card. Okay, so where to start? The first thing to do is to stick the smaller bits to each of the larger bits. You just need to use double-sided tape or glue for this. So either double-sided tape, and if you've got one of these tape runners, it'll make it really quick, or you can use glue. One of the benefits of using glue is that when you stick it on, it means you've got a little bit of wiggle room as the glue dries, in case you've not quite lined it up right. But the drawbacks of glue are it can seep through the paper a little bit and look a bit messy. Double-sided tape doesn't look messy and it doesn't bleed through, but once you've stuck it down, it is stuck. You don't get that wiggle room you get with glue. So it's really up to you which one you decide to do. I'm going to use my tape runner for this tutorial just because it's a bit quicker, although it is kind of running out, so I might have to switch to glue. Okay, so I'm just going through each of the smaller bits of card, and this has actually run out, I think. Oh no! It's also doing a really horrible squeak, so you know what? I'm going to switch to glue so that I'm not squeaking at you throughout the whole video. You don't need masses of glue, just enough for it to stick on. I'm using tacky glue, which is a special kind of craft glue, to go on the card. I just stuck that really wonky, so it's annoying. It always goes wrong when you're recording. This is my theory when it comes to crafting. I'm also hoping you didn't just hear my tummy rumble because it is quite close to lunchtime and apparently I'm a bit hungry. So let's crack on with this card as quick as we can. Alright, so I'm just sticking these on if you're doing this for real, take a little bit more time than I'm doing to get it neat. I'm just trying to do this nice and speedily so that you don't get bored watching me do the same thing over and over again. Here we go, one more. And just for this sample card, you can see I've cut it all from the same type of paper, and I've done it in bright colours just so you can see what I'm doing easier. But on the card I made that you saw at the start, I actually cut the bit in the middle of the square from a different type of paper from the same paper set, so you can mix and match things up to get it looking a little bit different if you want. Once you've got all the little bits stuck to the big bits, it's time to start putting them on your card. I'm going to start with the front. Just choose one of these. They're all the same size, so it doesn't really matter which one you put in which place. So I'm just going to add my glue. My glue is also kind of running out, which is why I'm having to squeeze it so hard to get it to come out. And then if I open it up, it's a little bit easier to check you're putting it exactly in the middle. Yeah, and I'm going to do the same, but this one's going to stick to the inside of the card. You'll notice my glue is kind of globbing together in places, and that's because it's dried out a little bit because I was very silly and left the lid off for about 3 days, which was not a smart move. Alright, so that one's stuck on the back, and now if I open up my card, I'm going to put the sentiment panel, which is where I write my message, down on the bottom. So we're trying to line it up so that it's hidden by this panel so that you don't see it when the card is closed. Again, just a little bit of glue around the edge. Oh, it's so hard to get out. Serves me right for leaving the lid off. And I'm going to stick that one in there. And now we've got our little panel to write on, or hidden, when the card is shut. There's one thing left, and that is to add the square. We're going to line it up so that it is halfway between the two panels on the top and bottom, and then just stick it to the bottom bit. So you only need to put your glue about 1/3 of the way up on the back, and that will be fine. If you stick it to the top bit as well, then your card won't open because you'll have stuck it together, which is not what you want. So I'm going to line that up so it's nicely in the middle of the two bits and just push it down. And now when I open my card, there we have it. So that is the basic structure of this fun fold card, and once you've stuck it all together, then you can start embellishing it. So for this one, I cut some waves from the same type of paper that I used from the card, and then a boat, which was one of the other bits of the paper pack. If you are interested in getting this paper pack, then I'll leave a link in the description of this video to where you can find it. I added some flowers to the top left, and some of these flowers are on the flap of the card and some are on the top bit as well. Finally, I cut a compass from one of the other bits of paper and just stuck some little sticky gemstones to different parts of the card for a bit of sparkle. So there is our fun fold card done, and this was really fun to make. I will be doing more fun fold cards in the future, so if you like this style of card, then subscribe to my channel to make sure that when those other videos come out, you don't miss a single one. Thank you for watching.